Hello children, in this video we will be doing Unit 2.2 Nature created man and woman as equal. So children, this is a brief write-up about a progressive household in northeast India. In this write-up, the mother discusses with her 12-year-old daughter the topic God created men and women as equals. So children, now let's read the passages and understand the lesson. The house and its surroundings are a sight of peace in the early morning of April. It nestles by the side of a small stream of crystal clear water. The stream tumbles down the green mountains only 2 miles or so away. There is a stretch of hundreds of acres of fertile land rolling with yellow mustard flowers. Between the mountain range and the house, a garden is in front of the house. Trees of many kinds bearing flowers of various hues and fruits grow on all sides of the house. The courtyard smells of jasmine, which blooms in bunches of white pearls. The fragrance mingles with the thin smoke that rises from sweet-smelling incense sticks. The burning incense sticks are glowing at the altar of God in the middle of the courtyard. So children, let's see the meanings. Nestles means is close to. Rolling means extending long gentle slopes. Fragrance means pleasant smell. Mingle means mix together. Incense means a gum, spice or other substance that is burned for the sweet smell it produces, like agarbatti. So children, in this passage, this is a description given about the house where the characters reside. So here we have a house that is surrounded by different natural things, and the month is April in the morning. Now here in this place there is a variety of things that are going on. Like there is a stream that is flowing like the river, and here it is given a description of the flowing river, okay, outside the house. And then the stream that is there tumbles, means what? It is flowing downwards, okay, down the green mountains. So that means this house that is there is in a village area, okay, where there are mountains, fields, okay, rural area. So by reading this only you might have understood that this location or this place is the mountainous area. There is a stretch of hundreds of acres of fertile land. That means there are fields, okay, in which there are yellow mustard flowers. That is, the mustard is growing in the field, and between there is a mountain range. A garden is there in front of the house, and trees of many kinds, okay, like there are flowers blooming into the trees, and there are even many fruit trees all over or all beside the house. The courtyard or the veranda, or we can also say the area which is in front of the house, okay, there is the smell of jasmine flower, okay, because there is a lot of trees and plants that are having flowers. So there is a smell of jasmine which is blooming in the bunches. The smell of all the things that is there is mixing together, and on the angan or on the courtyard there is a altar, okay, altar of God, where the family has lit up agarbatti or the incense sticks, which is smelling very, very nice. Ashangbi is in her reading room and is busy writing an article. She is a middle-aged mother of 3 children. and a journalist and women's rights activist. Lanthoi, her youngest daughter, enters the room. She is an intelligent girl. Today, she looks thoughtful and she takes a seat by her mother's side. At the sight of her mother, of her child, Ashangbi lovingly asks, "Have you finished your study, my dear?" "Yes, mother, I finished it last night. Today, being Sunday, I want to do something interesting," Lanthoi says and waits for her mother's response. "Tell me, what do you want to do?" Ashangbi asks her quite amused. "Mother, tomorrow I am going to represent the Siroi Lily House as a speaker in a symposium at our school. The topic is God created men and women as equals. Will you spare some time to have a discussion with me?" Lanthoi presses on her mother. So the meanings are: amused means finding something funny or entertaining. Symposium means a meeting in which experts have discussion on a particular topic. Presses on means persuade someone to do something. So now children, in the earlier passage we saw how their house was. Okay, so now we have the main characters being introduced and what the story is about. So in this house we have a daughter, a mother, okay, that are residing along with their father and other children. Okay, so here we have Ashangbi, okay, who is reading in a room. Okay, she is reading and writing busy with her article. So who is Ashangbi? Ashangbi is a middle-aged, okay, like a mother's age, between 30, 35, 40 years old, is a woman, is a mother who has 3 children. Okay, and Ashangbi, who is the mother, is a journalist. Okay, and she is also a women's right activist. Means she is not only a journalist, okay, who does the work of reporting and all, but also she is fighting for the women's rights. Okay, wherever there is cruelty against the women, okay, there she fights for them. Lanthoi is her youngest daughter, okay, that is the smallest daughter of Ashangbi. Now what happens is that when Ashangbi was reading in her room and she was busy doing the work, that is a mother, her daughter enters the room. She is an intelligent girl. Who? Lanthoi. Now today she looks very thoughtful and she is very relaxed when she enters the room. She sits down beside her mother, okay, and then lovingly her mother asks her daughter, okay, Lanthoi, that have you finished your studies? Okay, she is asking, the mother is asking the daughter if she has finished studying. So her daughter replies saying that she had finished her studies last night only, and today was Sunday. Okay, the present day was Sunday. Okay, so she is saying that as it is Sunday, she does not have much to do, so she is thinking of doing something interesting. So she says and waits for her mother's response. Okay, she says that she wants to do something very interesting, and then she waits for her mother to tell something. Then her mother asks her that, what you want to do, tell me, I'll help you in it. So Ashangbi was quite amused. Okay, she was surprised and she was very happy for her daughter, because all the children, when they are in free time, they always want to play and do something else, okay, and be lazy. But Lanthoi was different. She was not only intelligent but also very understanding. So she wanted to do something very interesting. So what she told is that tomorrow, that is the next day, she was going to, that is Lantoi, the daughter, was about to speak on a topic. Okay, what is a symposium? Symposium is a meeting in which all experts have discussion on particular topic, and it is being held in Siroi Lily House. Okay, and she was representing her school. Now here, what was the topic that was given to Lantoi, the daughter? The topic was the name of the chapter, that is God created men and women as equals. Okay, it actually means the same thing. So here she is asking her mother that would she help her in this topic, so that she can prepare herself for the symposium. Lanthoi has just had a discussion with her father on the topic. Tomba, her father, is a husband, supportive of the activities of his wife, and a loving father. He is a lawyer and a social worker who advocates the cause of women. He is always proud of his wife, the two daughters, and the son. In times of need, he extends his helping hand to his wife and children and to the society at large. He does not discriminate between a man's work and a woman's work anywhere. He shares equally with his wife in doing the household chores like cleaning, washing, cooking, and feeding the children. Had he not shared in these activities in the way he does, his wife would not have been a successful professional. He wholeheartedly believes in equality, irrespective of class, religion, and gender. In his discussion with his daughter, he laments over the great injustice done on women in the society, telling her, "My dear child, the world is still full of inequalities. We have to find a way to bring equality between men and women." Her father's words are still ringing in the ears of Lanthoi, and she tells her mother of what her father has told her. So the meanings are: discriminate means make unjust treatment. Lament means expresses grief and sorrow. So now, as Lanthoi was preparing and was asking for the support from her mother in preparing the topic for men and women's equality, so now she had recently just finished her discussion with her father. So her father's name was Tomba. Okay, and he was a very good husband. Okay, he used to always support his wife and love her and support in all the work his wife did. Okay, he worked as a lawyer and also as a social worker, that is helping the poor, helping the society. Okay, who advocates the cause of women. So now the wife and husband, both of them work towards the betterment of women in the society. They wanted to bring equality between men and women. He is always proud of his wife and his daughters and the son as well. He never made any discrimination or partiality between his son and daughters. And not only this, he also helped his wife in all the household chores. Okay, all the household work. Okay, like cooking and washing the dishes, everything he helped. He did not discriminate. He did not feel that he is a man, so he should not do all those things. Instead, he helped his wife in all possible ways. And he does not discriminate between men and women's work. He feels that all work is equal and nothing is like this is women's work or this is man's work. He treated everyone very, very equally. So now, if he had not done all the work, or if he had not helped his wife in the household work, then his wife Ashangbi wouldn't have been a successful professional. Okay, she was an activist, right, and a journalist. So in order to work in these fields, you need time. So if a wife does all the work at home, look after the children, then her professional field, diminishes. It cannot work like that. So because her husband, Tomba, helped in a, supported her in a household work, that is why she could be a successful professional. And he wholeheartedly, that is, with all his heart, he believes that equality should be there for everyone. Okay, it should not be on the basis of class, religion or gender. It should be for equally for everyone. It may be dark color, light color, this caste, this religion, that religion. For everyone it should be equal. Now, in his discussion, okay, when he was discussing this thing with his daughter about the equality of women and men, he was, very sad. Okay, he was very sad that even today in the world there is a lot of inequality between men and women. Okay, there is lot of suffering which women are having in the society. So he is telling his daughter that, my dear child, the world is still full of inequalities. That means the inequalities are not over. There are many people who are still, differentiating between men and women's work. They do not give equal importance. So he's saying that we have to find a way, okay, because Lantoi is small now. So she has to learn how she will grow up and, take society as. So he is giving in points to her daughter that how she can speak in the symposium, not only for the symposium but also for her life. So after listening to all the things that Tomba, that is her father's words, Lantoi, that is a daughter, was very amazed. Okay, she was very amazed with all the things that her father said, about regarding the equality of men and women. And she tells her mother that how father told her about all the things. Appreciative of her husband for his views, Ashangbi says, your father is right. In no society do women enjoy the same opportunities enjoyed by men. It is because of your father that I feel no difference or inequality at home. But outside our home, I have seen that women have been subjugated in many ways. It is against the will of God. God has sent men and women to our earth to share the joys and sorrows of life equally, to share His blessings and to enjoy the bounty of nature equally. This is what your topic means. Ashangbi knows well that men and women are equal. Women, who are half of the human race, are as important as men. She writes and talks about such topics. Her daughter, though a child, also understands well that her mother is not a person of lesser quality than her father. She says, our home is full of love with you, mother. The mother beams with joy at the words of her daughter. As a matter of fact, mother is the fountain of love in a family. This bond of love is beyond comparison with anything else in the world. It is because of this that motherhood has been glorified and women accept the challenges in life to become a mother. So children, the meanings are: appreciative means thankful for. Subjugated means controlled and dominated over. Beams of with joy means smiling brightly. Glorified means praised. So children, now as we saw the views of Tomba, that is the father, he has so many great views about men and women equal. So even, Ashangbi is very proud of her husband because he helps her in all the things. So Ashangbi says that your father is right. That means her husband is right, and that even today The society is suffering from many cruelties against women. There are many opportunities which men get but women do not. For example, in the rural areas, there are many places where there is still child marriages going on. There is still women are not allowed to go to school. They are not given the freedom of speech. So that is why she is saying that women do not get much opportunities even today. So it is because of your father, that means Ashangbi is saying to her daughter that it is because of Tomba that she is enjoying life. Okay, she has got so much of freedom because of Tomba, that is the father. Because Tomba has treated everyone equally. He did not differentiate between men and women. But she says that outside our home, that is their home, Ashangbi's home, there is difference that is there, where women are subjugated. Subjugated means what? Women are dominated and controlled by men. It may be husband, it may be father, brother, whoever, okay, males. So she says that even God has created men and women equally. God has created men and women equally, not only for the nature but for all the freedom. They should be given equally. Okay, so she is giving an example of God. Why? Because God has never differentiated between men and women. He has created men and women equally, and so whatever is there in the earth, everyone should enjoy it equally. So she says to her daughter that this is a topic that you will speak in the symposium. So Ashangbi is a very bright hearted woman. Okay, she is very strong and she knows about the equality of men and women. Now she says that even though in the entire world the women's population may be half of the men's, okay, but still they are very important as men are. She writes and talks about such topics as she is the rights activist, right? So she writes in the articles, she talks about it, okay, she brings out awareness about it in the society. Her daughter, who is just 12 years old, okay, but still she understands very well the equality between men and women, and she never feels that her mother is less than her father. She treats both her father and her mother equally. So she says that our home is full of love. She appreciates her mother, that a mother completes a house, because a mother is the one who gives love to her children and her husband. A mother is the one who takes care and bonds and keeps the house together. So she is very fond of her mother, and Ashangbi is very, she feels very light hearted. She feels very proud of her daughter that she feels like that. Showing deep affection, Ashangbi continues. Pioneer women testify to the equality of women with men. Actually, life is not possible without both women and men. Lanthoi has been fascinated by the stories of pioneer women. Her grandmother had narrated many stories of the brave queens like Lintoing Gami and Kurang Nayani, who were as brave as kings. There were also many brave women among the common people. These women, as her grandmother narrated, were makers of home, family, society, and the nation. They were civilizing influences. At the same time, they were also adventurers who claimed their shares in free land, plowed and raised crops with their own hands, and drove cattle. Modern women have become mountaineers, naturalists, astronauts, scientists, soldiers, and political leaders. This proves that there is nothing a woman cannot do, and also that women and men are created as equals. So the meanings are pioneer means a person who is among the first to take up a cause, especially in a new region. Testify means provide proof. Fascinated means strongly attracted and interested. Civilizing means educating. So children, now her daughter was showing deep affection towards her mother. She was telling that she was very proud of her mother and she values her mother as equal as her father. So now Ashangbi continues, okay, the mother who is there, she continues saying that great women, okay, the women who have done for the something great for the country or for the world or for the society, okay, they testify. That means they give proof that women are not less than anybody else. Even in India, we have so many other, women who have fought for the freedom of our country. Like we have Rani Lakshmi Bai, okay, we have Jhansi Ki Rani. So many who prove that they are as equal as men. So Ashangbi also tells in the same way. She is giving the example of women who have fought as equal as men, and she is very fascinated. Fascinated means what? She really loves all these stories about women who work as equal as men. They do something for the society. Next, later she says that her grandmother, okay, who was there, Lantoi, okay, has been very, that is a daughter, she thinks that her grandmother used to tell her many stories. That is a daughter, okay, Lantoi. So her grandmother used to narrate a lot of stories, whenever she used to be with her. So she had told her about a story, a brave queens, okay, a story of brave queens, okay, like the Lingtoing Gambi, okay, and the Kurangna Nayani. So they were the, brave queens, just as similar to kings. As king are brave and very, powerful. In the same way, these two queens were also very strong and very powerful and brave. So these were the stories of queens which Lantoi, that is a daughter's grandmother, used to tell her. So there were also brave women among the common people. That means it is not necessary that only kings and queens are brave. Even common people, okay, like us, where we live, even we show our bravery in certain things. It may be raising our voice against inequality or fighting for justice or fighting for freedom. So even in our common household, we have various type of brave people. They were civilizing. That means these kind of people, it may be men or women, especially women, because women are always being, controlled and dominated. So when these women influence others, give a inspiration to youngsters and other people in the country or the world, it is very good. Other people get the inspiration to follow the same thing. So her grandmother narrated all these stories, and Lantoi has been learning all this from a very young age. So these people who are there, the women who are doing so great things, they are not only doing all those things, but also handling their house, okay, their family. They are looking after their children. They are taking care of their family, cooking food, okay. So they are not only shaping their family, but also the society and the nation. At the same time, they were also adventurous. That means these women are not only doing well for the nation, for their family, but also they are working, they are doing other adventures as well. That means in the olden times, women used to, be the owner, would fight for the property, okay, that is free land. Plowed, that means they used to do plowing in the field, in the farm. They raised the crops with their own hands and drove cattle, that means sheep and all. In the villages they do that, okay, in the olden, that is the traditional time. And in the modern time, we have women who are in different modern careers, like some are mountaineers, some are naturalists, Some are astronauts, captains, name it, everything. Women are in all the fields. So all this thing proves that what men can do, women can do it too. That is why men and women are equals. Then she asks her mother further, "Mother, you have thrown light on the equality of men and women, and also have emphasized that the world is still an unequal world. Then, what I would like to know is if there are moral, social, and legal provisions to enable women to express their physical and mental potential and to set themselves free from suppression." Amazed at the curiosity of her daughter, Ashangbi adds, "There are many. Under the aegis of the United Nations, there is a declaration for a new world of equality. It has the following dimensions: equal access to basic social services, including health and education, equal participation in political and economic decision making, equal reward for equal work, and elimination of discrimination and violence against women." Then the mother concluded, "My dear daughter, we can affirm along with the United Nations that men and women are equals." Lantoi understands what her mother means and what the topic of the symposium means. Thus, confident of success, the next day, after thanking her mother, the girl of 12 happily rushes out of the room in the bright morning sun. The blue sky meets the range of the eastern mountains. The small girl is always fascinated by the small trail which winds up the distant purple mountain. So here the meanings are: throw light means to give information. Provision means the action of providing something. Suppression means prevent the development of action or expression. Potential means the qualities that exist or can be developed. Under the aegis means with the protection or support of. Dimension means aspects. Elimination means getting rid of. Affirm means offer support. So children, here then she asks, okay, that is Lantoi asks her mother that she has talked about the equality of men and women, and she has also told that still in the world there is lot of fighting remained, because still the world is treating women unequally. Okay, there are many places where women are still treated unequally. So then she would like to know, that is the daughter would like to know, if there is any law, okay, if there is any law or social things where women can express their physical and mental potential. Okay, she is asking her mother that if women are treated unequally, if they are not given proper freedom and all the things, then is there anything which can help them, in giving them the equality? So then the mother who is there, she says that suppression means what? It means that it is women are being pressed down in the bond of family, husband, brother, okay, all those things. So the mother is very happy that her daughter is so curious to know about all those things. Okay, then her mother starts explaining the things that are available in the nation or in the world for the women who are suffering from suppression or maybe inequality. So she says that there are many things that the world is offering to the women, especially in the United Nations. There is a scheme or there is a law called as a aegis, where women can get their equality. Okay, they can be treated well, they can be given jobs. So let's see, there are certain points that are being listed. First one is equal access to basic social services, including health and education. So the first thing that the AGIS is offering in the United Nations is of basic things to the women. Okay, some women do not get the basic things as well. That is, the basic thing is health and education. So they help, okay, women all over the world in getting the basic thing of health and education. Second point is equal participation in political and economic decision making. So many a time it happens that women are not allowed to work or take decision even in their family, in the house, as well as outside in the society or the country. So these, the AGIS in the United Nations also, has helped the women in making the women feel free to participate in political or economic decision making. Third point is equal reward for equal work. That is, most of the time, everywhere in the world, there is discrimination in payment. Okay, like men are paid more for the same work, whereas women are paid less for the same amount of work. So they are fighting for the equality of salary or payment or equal reward for women in both men and women. Next is elimination of discrimination and violence against women. So this fourth point is talking about the AGIS is trying to work towards removing or eradicating the inequalities or the violence that women are facing. It may be in the house, it may be in the society, anywhere. So they are trying to work against all these things. They are trying to remove all the violence that the women are facing all over the world. So these were the points that the mother explained to her daughter, that is Ashangbi told her daughter Lanthoi. Then she says, okay, she concluded, then she says that, my dear daughter, we can affirm, that means we can help the United Nations, okay, that is the AGIS, in helping them in making and giving the women equality. We can help them, okay, we can provide support to them so that at least in a few years women may get all the equality which they deserve. Now Lantoi, who is there, she understands her mother, okay, and she is very well prepared for the symposium she was about to speak, right? So she is well prepared for her speech which she is about to give for the symposium, and thus she is confident. Okay, she got all the information from her mother and her father, and in the next day, okay, on the day when she was about to go for the speech, okay, on the topic, she thanked her mother, okay, for all the help that she got on the topic for men and women's equality. And that girl, that is Lantoi, who was 12 years old, she went out of the house very happily because she was well prepared, and she was really happy that her parents were so supportive for women's equality. And she went out of the room in the bright morning sun. So as I told you earlier as well, this place is a mountainous region. So as she came out of the house, she could see the rising sun. Okay, it is the northeastern side of the country, India. Okay, so she saw the morning sun, and then she saw the blue sky that meets the range of eastern mountains. So there, her house is there, and just a little far away from her house, there are many mountains which are touching the sky. So the sky in the morning is blue, so they are touching the eastern mountains. And the small girl is always happy. Okay, she is very fascinated, and she really likes to walk the road, the place where she walks every day to reach her school or wherever she goes. She really enjoys the purple colored sky and the sun that colors the mountain into a purplish pinkish color. Okay children, so here we have now completed with the explanation. Thank you for listening. Take care.